morning, everybody. How are you doing today? Happy New Year. It's January 2021. Let's see what this year brings, and maybe sometime this year we'll be able to get back to normal, meeting inside and having Bible classes inside and everything. But we'll see, and we'll just go with the way it works, because what else can we do, right? I hope you guys are enjoying having Bible stories here online, and I know some of you are coming to our Bible class in person, and it's been great seeing you, and I hope to see more of you soon. Today we're going to be discussing Jesus again, but this time he's a little bit older. He's 12 years old now, and it's really the only time we hear about Jesus as a boy in the Bible. We hear about him when he's a baby, and the events before and after his birth, and a little bit like last week when he went to the temple to get blessed. Well, his parents took him to the temple to get blessed. And then we hear about him when he's a man, when his ministry starts. But we really only hear of him this one time as a little boy. And at this time, his parents had to go to, well, they were going to Jerusalem to celebrate Passover. And if you remember, Passover is a celebration or a remembrance of when the Jews were freed from slavery, long time ago. So every year they went to Jerusalem to have this happen. Well, some interesting things happened on the way home from that trip, and that is what our story is going to be about today. So we're going to read, I'm going to read your story again today, and I'm going to read it from the book, so I'll hold it up and I'll show you the pictures after I read it. So, talking with the teachers, and this is found in Luke 2:39 through 52. When Jesus was growing up, his parents, Mary and Joseph, traveled to the city of Jerusalem every year to celebrate the holiday of Passover. When Jesus was 12 years old, Mary and Joseph took him to Jerusalem with them as usual. And there we can see his parents as they're getting ready to go on their trip, go to Jerusalem, so they can celebrate Passover together as a family. When the holiday was over, Mary and Joseph started traveling back home when they noticed that Jesus was not with them. Now you have to remember, they were traveling with a really large group of family and friends. They were all traveling together. It's not like just getting in the car with mom and dad. There was a whole bunch of people and they were all walking together. And so it could be kind of, the kids might walk together, so it could be easy to miss him initially. But they noticed that he wasn't with him. So they started looking for Jesus amongst all their family and friends. But Mary and Joseph couldn't find their son. We can see Mary and Joseph as they've noticed that, where's Jesus? He's not with us. We thought he was with the other kids. All right. After 3 days of looking for Jesus, Mary and Joseph finally went back to Jerusalem and found him in the temple, talking to the church leaders. Jesus understood so much about God that the church leaders were amazed. When Mary and Joseph found Jesus, Mary said to Jesus, "Son, why have you done this to us? We've been worried. We've been looking for you." And there you can see Mary is hugging Jesus, and Joseph is right behind her, and all the leaders are sitting there in the chairs as Joseph was talking to them. Jesus didn't understand what his mother was asking, and Jesus asked Mary, "Didn't you know that I would be in the temple, in the house of God, my Father?" Mary and Joseph did not understand what Jesus meant, but Mary remembered everything Jesus had said, and she kept these memories in her heart. Jesus returned to Nazareth with Mary and Joseph, and Jesus obeyed them. Jesus grew up and became wise. God was pleased with Jesus, and so were his people. And there really isn't a picture on this one, except that you can see way up at the top there, Mary and Joseph and Jesus heading back to Jerusalem on their little donkey. So, have you ever been away from your mom and dad, or they didn't know where you were and they were scared? That can be really scary, and I can imagine that Mary and Joseph were really worried. But Jesus was fine. He was in the temple talking to the leaders, and he was telling them about his knowledge of God, which they were very surprised that a 12-year-old would know that much. So That's just one of those, well, that's really the only story we have of Jesus when he was a little boy. And even then, as a little boy, he knew that he was doing his Father's work. His Father in heaven, not his earthly father, Joseph. He was doing his work, the work of his Father in heaven. All right, today, what do we have? We have a maze where you're going to help Mary and Joseph find Jesus. And I started it, but I got it wrong. Let's see, you can see the whole thing. Here's Mary and Joseph up here, and you have to get them to the temple down here where Jesus is talking to the leaders. And I did it, but I went the wrong way, and I ended up in the middle of the puzzle somewhere. So hopefully you guys can find the right way. If you do, let me know. This neck one is tough. And like usual, some of these are for older kids, some of these are for younger kids. Do the ones you want to do, and don't worry about the others. This one is you have to find a whole bunch of things. There's a list here. Mary and Joseph and Jesus and 3 dogs, but there's a whole bunch of stuff on this picture, and you have to find those things in there. I found one of them. I found the guy with the striped shirt. I had a hard time finding Jesus or Mary and Joseph. I wasn't really sure where they were. So if you find them, let me know. We also have a puzzle, or a word puzzle. You have to fill in these blanks. It says, in the story of Jesus' birth, Jesus was something day old, blank N-E. And you have to fill in that blank with a letter. And then after you fill in all these blanks with a letter, you can use those letters to fill in the words at the bottom of the page. And this one, we're going to look about what we're going to be when we grow up. You're supposed to take this and draw a picture of something you want to do when you grow up. Do you want to be a doctor? Do you want to be a policeman, a fireman, a lawyer, a teacher? There's so many things you can think about being. Draw something you would like to be when you grow up. And we have our weekly strip where we get to see what these kids are up to. It's a little comic section that we get to read and see what they're doing. And our craft today, we get to make a little armband. I made mine earlier. It's a little tough, so make sure you follow the directions. There's a different big bead on everybody's, and then some little beads, and you have to get the strings on there, and then you get it set up so that it is adjustable, and you can make it smaller to stay on your wrist and bigger to take it on or off. So I like that. That was pretty. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you for tuning in with me and listening to our Bible story, and I will talk to you guys again next week. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.